All right, so let's stick with this project, this particular distribution company, through these next couple of videos, and we'll give you a sense of what do you do, where do you start, what is the lean transformation model, how does it work, how do we get all the people inside your organization engaged to do something like saving $500,000 a year in 2 weeks. So let's just start right from the top. We had the COO of the operation call us up and said, hey, could you come down, give us a hand with our lean process? We have a real issue with our truck routing. So we came down and we got a small team together. We went out and we took a look at truck routing. And while we were doing that, the first thing we discovered was you do not have as nearly as much of a truck routing issue as you have a scheduling issue, a picking issue, getting the materials out to the job. And that's before truck routing. And the COO listened to that, and then he listened to the entire team, and he asked the team, he says, well, do you guys all agree? Do you guys all agree that really we need to change our first event? And the whole group said, yes, we need to change our first event. So this value stream map you're looking at on the screen right now shows us what we decided to focus on. And that value stream map is very simple, right? You can read the boxes that just start with the project manager, kicking the project into gear, the scheduler getting the project components all figured out and tasks and who's going to do them. Then we have picking and staging, and then we have loading the truck and delivering, unloading and staging. So very simple process. And of course, the way you find out what is going on inside a process using Lean is you take small teams and you go to each of these steps and you literally walk with the people performing those tasks and watch and see what they're doing. And you put some Lean tools to work, spaghetti diagrams, time observation forms, stick tally sheets. We analyze what they're doing, we ask questions, we walk with them, we get them to open up and tell us about some of the tough things that they have going on. And if you look at this value stream map, you'll see all those orange post-it notes. Those are all issues that people mention or issues that we discover as we're walking through these processes. So these people will mention something to us that, I have to go to this old legacy system to pull up this one piece of information I need, and it takes forever to pull up the old database, and half the time it works, half the time it doesn't, and you'll capture that on a post-it note and say, hey, big issue, the database. And you end up with dozens or hundreds of them on any value stream map. This particular one looks like it has a couple of dozen at least, maybe 3 dozen on it. And then you have a sense of what the process is and what all the issues people are having with that process. Now, we also collect PQA data, process quantity analysis data, that gives us information about all of the supporting tasks around this process. You can read those and zoom in on them. You'll be able to see what PQA data is in general. You can see lead time and cycle time, value-added time and non-value-added time. And then if you look at the bottom of our value stream map, you're going to see the cycle times and the lead time. You'll have a sense very quickly of what those are. And probably most importantly, at the top of the value stream map, you'll see how the information flows. And you can see on this particular value stream map, it's very convoluted. The information flows forward, backwards, through all kinds of systems. It's hand-walked, it's telephone calls, it's through computer emails, it's all over the place, all right? Now, in this particular photo, you can see down at the end of the value stream maps, you see the current state on top and the future state on the bottom. Down at the end there, you can see information on the wall, and you can see that it has category headers on that information, and we call them Kaizens. So those are idea forms that your people have captured, ideas that they came up with on their own. So this is where we bring out the creative nature of all of our people, the power of all of our people, understanding our company and working inside our company for so many years and being able to take that creative energy and get it up on idea sheets. The team takes those idea sheets and gets them into these categories or themes, and then we put a header on top, sort of a title for each one of those. And those are the things that we are going to work on to create our future state value stream map. These are the ideas we're going to try out. We will perform our plan, do, check, act. And very quickly through our lean event, we will run that cycle over and over. We will come up with ideas. We won't overthink them. We'll try those ideas out. We'll measure to see if they actually had an improvement. How did we measure it? To see if it took less time, less manpower, it's much higher quality, it's safer. All those common sense measures that tell us whether or not a process is actually an improvement over the previous process, and then we'll dial those things in, right? So next step, I'd like you to stop here for a moment. We have a short video, it takes 1 minute, it's called the loading dock video. Take 1 minute and watch that video, and you'll get a sense of what this project looked like before and looked like after. Okay, so you just got a good look at that video, and what it looks like basically we did a cleanup, right? The team did a great cleanup of the loading dock area. The loading dock was full of a bunch of stuff, and now it doesn't have a bunch of stuff, and so, hey, what was it, a 5S? Was it some sort of a cleanup process? And no, in part it was, I would say, but no, that was a very tiny percentage of what that was, and I've got some information around what those Kaizens were and what that actual video represents.